and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my 5 top favorite personal Bedwars tips and tricks. Starting at number 1 is aim versus CPS. Aiming versus CPS is an often talked about topic within the PvP community. Generally, if it comes down to aim versus CPS, you should always pick aiming. That is because if you cannot aim, your CPS won't even matter. You should always pick a clicking method that does not jeopardize your aim. That is a nice segue into our next tip. Tip number 2, clicking method. There are many different clicking methods out there to choose from. Whether it's butterfly clicking, jitter clicking, or normal clicking, they all have their own pros and cons. When it comes to clicking methods, there are no best option. It really just boils down to whatever works for the individual. Here's a brief overview of some common clicking methods. Number 1, jitter clicking. This method is where you tense your muscles in your arm to create a vibration. This vibration is then translated into a mouse click. When jitter clicking, how well you can translate the vibrations from your arm to the mouse is typically the limiting factor to how much CPS you can get. This method may jeopardize your aiming. I'll link tutorials in the description if you would like to further learn how to jitter click. With this method, you can easily get up to 12 plus CPS. Method 2, butterfly clicking. This method is my personal favorite. In this method, you normal click, but instead of normal clicking with only one finger, you normal click with 2 fingers, alternating each finger. I find that you'll get slightly better aim with this clicking method. However, you may not get as good CPS as jitter clicking. With this method, you can easily get 10 plus CPS. I'll leave a link in the description to a tutorial to learn more. Number 3, normal clicking. With this method, you simply click your mouse. This method is probably the most commonly used clicking method. You can still use this method and be very good at PvP. Some of my friends that are good or even better than me use this method and get around 6 to 8 CPS. Now, you don't have to pick one method for everything that you do. For an example, I use a mixture of normal clicking and butterfly clicking for PvP fights, and I always use butterfly or jitter clicking for bridging. Tip number 3, picking a good strategy for the right game mode. Now, a pretty common issue I see with new and returning players is that they'll use one strategy for all game modes. This won't work as efficiently, as in different game modes, shop items cost different prices. That time can be better spent covering your bed or attacking with tools. Here are some of my favorite strategies for each game mode. Solos. I get 64 wool and 1 TNT to cover my bed and rush the team next to me. Doubles. Double shops are basically the same as solos, so I get the same items. However, you can use teamwork for your advantage. I always have one person cover the bed while the other rushes. You can also have one person get iron for wool while the other gets gold for TNT, which will speed up the process. 3/4s. For this game mode, one person typically defends using a butterfly defense, while the rest will attack. Always make sure everyone on the team knows who's defending/attacking and which team you are planning on attacking. Tip number 4, bridging methods. In Bedwars, bridging is a key factor. The faster you can bridge, the faster you can rush, the more off guard your enemy will be. Like clicking methods, there are many methods to bridging. When picking a method, you have to make sure the method is reliable. One of the most common speed bridging methods is ninja bridging. Ninja bridging is easy to learn and very reliable. I'll leave a link to a tutorial in the description below. Tip number 5, make plays based off your skill level. This is the key for new players to make it in such competitive times. The good thing about Bedwars is that there are many utilities that you can use to your advantage, even if you're not good at PvP. For an example, if you're not good at PvP, try going for a ranged weapon such as a bow or a fireball. This also applies to grinding in a team. If you know you aren't the best PvPer in your party, you may want to consider defending. This will best optimize your team for a win. Now, to finish off, here are some more general tips that I like to keep in mind when playing. When grinding levels, you should always join a party. Never solo queue in 4s, 3s, or doubles. When possible, use voice communications such as Discord, Skype, or Hangouts. Practice makes perfect. Practicing bridging/clicking methods in a single-player world will help you when it comes time for a real battle. Use a PvP texture pack. This will help your game cosmetically and might even increase your FPS. To further optimize your game, use something like Optifine or Badlion. Clients like Badlion will come with a lot of helpful mods. However, keep in mind, some of the mods may be used at your own risk and could get you in trouble. That's it. Make sure to like and subscribe.